last video. And by the way, welcome back. But in the last video, I told you that I could not physically go on and carve the knob and stuff in that and a maple. And it's just too hard on the old hands here and wrist actually too. So what I did is I went ahead and I cut it off. I put it in the miter box and cut it off. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put some kind of a resin cap on it, some color, just to pretty it up. And when we come back, I will have the stick already stained and the first coat of polyurethane on it. As you've all seen me stain before and put polyurethane on it. And I'm also going to put brass tacks above and below the grip and probably up here. It's just brass. I like brass, so I just think it's kind of an eye catcher. So that's what I'm going to do. So when I come back, we'll have this all stained and first coat of polyurethane on it and ready to go with, well, no, I'm going to have to do the whole thing. So I'm going to have to finish the stick. Now that I think about it, it's been so long, people, that I've been doing this, that I have done this, that I'm going to have this thing completely finished so I can put the resin on top and the brass tacks. So yeah, it's got to be completely finished. Now that I think of it, I will get back into the hang of it once I am up to full speed, which I am not yet. So hang with me and we'll see what we can do. Well, I got both coats of the polyurethane on, and I'm thinking that looks pretty good. It's not too bad, I don't think. Next thing I have to do is put the brass tacks here, brass tacks up here, and then I'm going to put a epoxy resin of some color up here, probably yay thick, just to give it a little color. The grain turned out quite different than I've ever seen a maple stick do. I mean, it's splotchy. I mean, I like it. It looks nice. I think probably that's what happens when you grind it down instead of peeling the bark off when it's greener. But I like it. So I guess the next thing I'll be doing is getting the tacks ready. So see you then. Well, I videoed the one top part just to show you what I was doing. Get the light around up here a little bit. And now my tacks are 1/4 inch diameter heads. So I will go 3/16 from the top down, 3/16 from the grip area up, and 3/16 down, and mark that, and then I will show you what I do after that. Okie doke? Alrighty. Well, I got that kind of done. I was going to do the top up here, but I forgot I was going to put some epoxy resin up here. So I couldn't put my tacks around here because I got to put tape on here. So I'll have to put this on before I finish the tacks on this one. But I did get the tacks, spots for the tacks, and I used it's a spring-loaded metal punch, but I have it set on as low as it can go, and it punches real nice, and the head, if it's a little bigger, the head of the tack covers up everything, so that works really good. So if I could, let me put my eyes back on here and get rid of the tape. Sometimes the tape wants to stick a little bit where they were center punched in, but I hope you can see where the center punches are. And that's where I'm going to, I go with a real tiny, this little bitty drill bit right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I only go in about that far, just enough to hand push the tack in, and then I can drive it in the rest of the way with the hammer. Otherwise you got to try to hold it or push it in with your thumb a little bit. It's just as easy to go real quick around with this, real shallow, just enough to push the tack in and then drive it in with a hammer. So let me get everything ready and the tacks around, and we'll see what we can do. Well, I got so involved with putting those tacks in that I forgot the video on. But there they are. Don't know if I really like that style tack, but they're in now. One thing I will have to say is I will never, ever, ever do anything with the rest of those maple sticks that I have got. They are so unbelievably hard. It's unreal. I've never worked with a piece of maple that was this hard. Even drilling pilot holes, it was hard to get those tacks to drive in there without bending them, and they already had a hole to go in. So I'm shocked at how hard this stick is. The only way I will do that with the rest of them is using my Dremel, things like that, because I won't, I can't, I don't have the strength anymore. But this is the tack that I put in it, and usually, and then driving it in with this, usually just sinks them right in. But boy, this one was something else. But anyway, that's done with. I've got one more to do. I might not even do tacks on top of that because it's so awful. Awful to do. I might just put the resin up there and let it go at that. Because that is, I think it's a pretty enough stick, just left alone with the wood grain on it. Like I say, the maple, I've never seen a maple that did this when it was stained, but, and I know it's a maple tree because it come off of our maple out back. So anyway, next thing I'm going to do is put the epoxy resin on the top. Don't know what color. I was thinking about doing a glow in the dark, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to put a nice bright red or something up there just for decoration, eye catcher. Okay? All right. See you then. Well, today I'm going to mix up the epoxy resin and put it up on the top up here. I might have to use a piece of tape on that because I see it's coming loose. And let me do that right now. Okay, got that fixed. The tape that I put around the top to hold in the epoxy resin, I didn't have it quite long enough, and it's just overlapped by just maybe this much, and I needed it to overlap more, so I put another piece of tape on it. But anyway, just painter's tape. Okay, when I get the resin all mixed up, I'm going to use a greenish dye for that to color it. So let me get the camera set down and we'll get with you. Okay, this is the little heater or torch, I guess, that I use. And you have to do this 3 times maybe. So let me turn the camera off. I've done everything. Hopefully it's going to turn out okay. So get back with you in a bit. Okay, I can see now that I should have probably painted the top of the stick white, flat white, um, because the colors are not so dark that you can't see through them. They're more of a lighter, opaque, I guess what you would call it. So you can kind of see where the stain had been put. But this is one of them live and learn type of thing. So, but next time I do this, I will know that I need to paint the top of the stick so it's all one color and not dark. You want it light so it shows the color better. So another one of them things that I learned as I go. Okay, I'll get back to you on probably tomorrow when I get that, take the tape off, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, alright, thank you. Okay, it's the next day, so let's unwrap it and see how it came out. First off, let me put my eyes on. Well, it came out pretty good. Not quite like I was hoping, but pretty good. I can see that there, let me get my flashlight. I like these little LEDs. That there are just thousands of bubbles in there. I think the problem is my epoxy resin is getting old, and I think it gets really thick as it gets older, so the bubbles don't have a chance to come to the top naturally, because the very top where I hit with the heat is pretty good, but further down I can see that it is not. But it's on there now. It did pretty good for being on there. It looks good. So what I got to do now is I got to round this edge because it's sharp as a knife, and that's the problem, I guess, with using the tape. The stuff clings to the stickiness of the tape. So when you pour it in and it settles down, the outsides stick to that. So I'm going to have to find another way of blocking that with something that's much smoother. It's the only thing I can think of, and I don't know what it will be, but I will try a few things. So let me get the camera set up, and I will get I have a 3/4 file that I use. It's real fine, and sand that down, and we'll finish the stick. Okay. All right, got her all done. Got the top done. It's hard for me to move the stick around in this little bitty shop. The handle, like I said, the handle didn't come out as nice as I wanted it, but it came out. I got to get a regular scale burner to do more of this. And like I said, I think the grain of it was quite unique. So that's it. Hopefully everybody liked what I was doing. I've got I will say this now. I have got a new way of doing the concave things that I put on. I don't even have any anymore here. The dots that I put in. I got a new way of painting them. So, and I worked on it, and got it to where it really comes out really nice now. And why I didn't think of it before, it was kind of a duh moment, but I think everybody will, when I finally show it to you, everybody will go, gee whiz, why didn't he think of that before? So, glad to have you guys with me. Thank you all you new subscribers, and please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I thank you for watching me. Bye-bye. And remember, everyone, get your hiking stick, your walking stick, your cane, whatever you use, and get out there and do some walking, because nature is beautiful.